Okay, so what we'll do now. Okay, so what we'll do now. I don't think. Jack, do you want to come now or do you want to come after half an hour after Uranga finishes? I think, Jack, if you come after half an hour, I mean, you can stay in the Zoom, but because I don't want to disturb you. So come around half an hour, 40 minutes, and then you can share the amazing, amazing news that you were talking about. Meanwhile, let's just schedule the Uranga Zoom call. You can say, Jack, open your mic, just say hello, what you're going to be discussing about after Iranga's training, and then everybody can join in, and we can have around 100 people. Jack, over to you just to say hello.
Hi Ash. Well, first of all, the power team all together. One of our most dedicated people are right here, right now, and we are very grateful with everyone in this team. Grateful for the dedication, the hard work, the passion, the loyalty. And I think Ash is an exemplar leader for the network marketing industry. And to have you all on board with us for the long term, it really means the world to us. So yes, I will. There is in the market in the Ripple XRP ecosystem a lot of positive news. There are major developments happening in the last couple of days. Some things that will, I think, will surprise everyone. So we are expecting definitely a breakout in XRP price very soon as well. But I will speak more about that after the training. So back to you, Ash, and welcome everyone to a very special training today.
Wow, wow, that's going to be crazy, guys. So remember, do not miss this amazing training call. And Jack Van Muller, our CEO, is some special news after the training, guys. So invite everybody. XRP is about to blow up, and Jack's going to give you all the thing. Now we have the special training from a double diamond leader, which is Eranga with Shiv and Avatar. They create a amazing trio of diamonds and diamonds and diamonds. So over to you, all the way from London, our top presenter and analytics, Eranga. Thank you. Eranga, you need to unmute. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cardinal mistake. Apologies for that. Thank you. Thanks, Ash, and thanks, everyone. So, my name is Eranga. I'm based in the UK. As Ash mentioned, Shiv, after myself, we work together and we joined Zap Club in mid-October. So it's been like 5 months. It's a 5 months of a fabulous journey together. So I'm like one of you, it's a community member who really believed in XRP. I'm looking forward to Mr. Muller sharing more good news about XRP. So for us, it's all about that. Right? So when we realized the power of XRP, we grabbed it and then we decided to be part of the Zap Club. So the key thing for me today is to cover the task of the compensation plan, particularly the team bonus. So this is so important for us all to understand fully the power of the team bonus. So I'll just break it down as well as simplify. So you take advantage of the offer that we have within Zap Club and the compensation plan. So you already seen this. Lisa covered this as a team bonus in a very quickly. But what we need to focus on is what you see at the bottom, the criteria, the qualification criteria. So we know we get through airdrops. We take advantage of XRPs, being passive. And if you plan to share it, you get direct bonuses, you get level bonuses, and also you get your team bonus. So what I want to cover is purely the team bonus, the power of the team bonus. So the criteria there, you can see what it says about the 90 days rolling volume counter. This is incredibly important for you to understand and ascertain your 90 days. So I know some of you may not know about this, and most of you are. So I'll show you how to establish that. And also for us to be eligible to be from the team bonus, one must have a minimum of 500 XRP package holding, whether it's a one package or multiple package, a total of 500 XRP package or packages, and they got to be active packages, right? And the one third rule is very important. Though this is a unilevel program. This is not a binary program where it's a left leg and a right leg. This is a unilevel, which is much more lucrative. So you got to work with a minimum of 3 organizations, 3 legs. Again, I'll cover that in more detail. So going back to the 90-day team volume, when you go to the back office, scroll all the way down, you will see something called the 90-day team volume. Click on it. Then what happens is it will open up a ledger, something like this, with hashtag 1 all the way down to hashtag 90. So assume, if you look at the hashtag 90, it says 28th of January 2026. So assume that today is the 29th of January, right? Based on that assumption, because I took these screenshots then. So 28 was yesterday. So what happens is every single day passes, these numbers will get shifted by a day, So if you see the 28th of January, consider that as yesterday. So 27th the day before. And likewise, if you look at the hashtag 1, which is the 90th day from the 28th of January. So like that is the 89th day and the 88th day. So imagine, come tomorrow, these will get shifted by a day. So 89th day will become 90th day. And the 90th day, which is hashtag 1, will disappear. So what it captures here is the sales of your team. So it's important to understand when you started your sales. So I've done some changes to the numbers just for the education purposes only. If you look at hashtag 1, there is nothing, there's 0. Hashtag 2, hashtag 3, and so on is 0. The first number of 76 XRP that you see is on the 7th, hashtag 7th, right? That means you have from now, you got 7 more days for the number 76 XRP to eventually move out to hashtag 1. Right? Even that's fine, but the following day it'll disappear. That is called flushing. So you got a hashtag 26, then again couple of zeros, and then 231, and then you can see big numbers coming up. So you can strategize. If you're in a scenario, the first thing is find out when your sales started through the 90-day team volume. Then understand and strategize. Now, in our case, in this instance, we can either do a claim, because you need to try and claim your team bonus, right, at the point when you are ready to do it and strategically do it. So if we don't claim in the next 7 days, we would lose the 76 XRP. But we potentially could sacrifice by losing or sacrificing the 76 to gain a further 3 days, 76 and the 2 zeros. We could even potentially sacrifice a 231 to get a 10-day of window for us to crack on and bring as many XRPs or many sales into our organization. So I'm hoping you understand. You don't have to claim it. You got to work on it and see. Let's say you warmed up a few people and they're ready to come with maybe 5,000 package, 10,000 package, 1,000 and so on, higher numbers. Then you should be able to consider sacrificing the 76 and the 231, gain 10 days, and then work on the sales. I hope you understand that process. The key thing is work out your sales. So going back so I just want to explain to you with regards to the 1/3 rule that we have. So if you see here, maximum 1/3 billing from leg, which means you have your team bonus or the team volume. Not all that team volume will be considered in your calculation. If you see here in the middle, it says XRP volume. So you might have a team volume, but your claimable volume will be different because it has to be 1/3 maximum of your team volume from each organization. So let me break this down a bit clearly, right? So this is now team bonus simplified and the 1/3 rule. When you go to your team volume page, you will see at the top, your value, team volume. And also you will see in the middle, it says like what your claim volume is. So this example, you might have a team volume of 10K at the top, but it says at the bottom, in the middle, what your the claim volume would be. So it could be 6. So the first thing I would do is focus on the claim volume and then divide that by 3. So what would be the figure here? If you divide that by 3 is 2K. And then you will have your leg 1, which is your organization 1. The sales will be at the top. So it works on higher value and then comes down with the low value. So it's 2K. So in effect, the system will now done what we call optimized it. And then because how it is, now you might have a leg of 5K or the powerful one, power leg, but the rest will be like you might have 3, 4, 5 directs. But the system will then optimize it and break it down. And then you might have 3 in the organization, 2 and 2K in the organization 3, just to maximize it. Right? So take another example. Team volume might be 11K, but your claim volume might be 9K. First thing is divide the 9K and then look into that. Okay, 3K. So effectively using only 3K across your the 3 organizations. Okay, so I got one more just very basic example. It could be 17K team volume, but the claim volume 15K divided, it's 5K. Then 5K from leg 3, 5K from leg 2, and 5K from leg 1. That's what is being used for the purpose of calculation. Now, this is just very whole, simple numbers, but this is not the reality. The reality would be something like, a number like that, 22,035 team volume. And then you might see the claim volume, 15,765. Again, same principle, divide by 3, the 15,765, that is 5,255. So that is what is being used across the 3 organizations. So you might have your leg 1 very powerful running away with 9,255. However, only 5,255 is being used based on how your sales and the structure of your organization. I hope you understand how to work that one out. So how you go to your team bonus page? You go to your back office, bottom right, click on more. Then this menu opens up, then you click on claim team bonus. So then what happens, it opens up something like this, right? So this is what I was explaining to you in the previous slide. You got your team volume. Here it's 235,000, apologies, 235,567. And then at the bottom, you say, based on the team volume, your claim volume in this instance is the same value as the other. I will explain why. Right? That is because we managed to keep each organization below the 1/3 rule. Okay, so that's why every single XRP is counted. So the system has counted that. So just focus on that number, focus on what your claim volume is, divide that by 3, then what the system has sort of accumulated or combined your teams and so on to create the optimum 3 organizations. So based on the 235,567 XRPs as a claim volume, that is a rank that we've hit, which is the diamond rank, so which is 12%. So 12%, you're getting a salary of 28,268. But you got to claim it. So that's why it's important your 90-day period. You got to strategize that, and then you got to hit claim. But before you hit claim, there's something very, very, very important that you must check it, and you must make sure you have it. which is called the capacity. So here where you see the numbers, I just wanted to say, ensuring that it's below the 1/3. It's not easy. Sometimes, most of the times your the power leg or the top leg might be 60%, 70%, and so on. When it's higher than the 1/3, 33.33, it's important that whilst you encourage that person or that team, you got to work harder with the rest of the team to try and get more of the sales so you can bring that top percentage down, because it's all to do with the entire number, the distribution of it. I hope that makes sense. So going back to the capacity, if you go to your home page, you will see a bar saying earning progress. This instance, you can see a capping of 16,600. The company or the system gives you 400% for active members, which is 4x, right? So when you buy 1,000, let's say a 2,000 package, you get 8,000 capping, 8,000 capacity. So in this instance, you can see we've got a 16,600 capacity. Of that, we've already used 5,948. So what's left is, if you work it out, the remainder will be 16,600, take away the 5,948.63. That would then give a figure of 10,651. So that's crucial. So if we had claimed the 28,268 XRPs, what the system would have done was it would have filled that capacity up to another 10,651 remaining, and the remaining XRPs we would have lost it. So this is why it's so crucial that we ensure we got the capacity before we do claim, right? So how do you increase your capacity? Simply by another package to extend the capacity, increase the capacity. So we bought a 10,000 package XRP, which means 4 times, which is 4x, which is 40,000. So 16.6 plus the 40,000, that now increased to 56,600. So now we have a capacity of 50,000 because the earning is still the same, 5,948. So now we can simply claim it because we have the bucket large enough to accept the XRPs. And I hope you really understand, because this is crucial before you do any claim. Even without claim, this is something you got to keep an eye on, because through other commissions, like the direct commission, level commissions, all that, for you to accept it, you must ensure you got the right capacity or what you're getting. So wherever you're getting close to the 70%, the bar, moving to a 70, 80%, ensure that you got, the capacity increase by purchasing a package. This is the beauty of it. By doing that, everybody will benefit, all your uplines and so on, through the level bonuses, through the team bonuses, and through the direct bonus as well. That's what Lisa was saying before. So going back to this page, so we hit diamond because it was over the 100,000 mark. So that's 12%. So all what we did was, if you can see the figure there, so we clicked on the button which says claim. I highly recommend, before you do anything in regards to claim, take some screenshots of all this, because once you claim, it all disappears, right? In our case, the whole entire room got disappeared because every single XRP was claimed. Whereas you may not have that scenario. You might have a running or power leg at the top where it's more than 1/3, so remaining of that will still remain there on the system, but the rest will get sort of cleared because you made a claim. So take some photographs or take some screenshots and so on, so you can utilize them to show to your team members how the system works, and you can explain to them. So what we did was, when we claimed it, you can see everything got completely wiped out. So that's how the team bonus or the claim that you must do. Let me now take next 5 minutes or so just to try and put a practical example of this. Hopefully that will make a lot more sense. That's you at the top. Let's say you started and you managed to join one person, yeah, with a 2000 package. At this very moment, you benefit from your direct bonus, but you have nothing to do with a team bonus because you need a minimum of three organizations. So second person joins, no team bonus or no team volume. Third person joins, now you got three legs or three organizations, right? So in effect, those are your three directs, and now you got 2000, 2000, and 2000. So in effect, in here, it's equally balanced. So you got one third from each leg, right? At this moment, if you were to claim, you will fall into the 6,000 bracket, which is ambassador 5. So you can claim 8% of the 6,000. So we don't recommend doing that because you got 90 days to play with to start with. So work on your teams and really build the momentum. So let's now create a scenario where those three people have now decided to, they got the belief, they are ready to crack on and share with people, and they managed to get some sales. So now you have some level bonuses as well as the team now being growing. So you got team A with 10K, B with 5K, and then C with 3,500. All right. So those are the directs, and then further directs now joining. So let me now just build this into the three organization because now you're getting more directs. Let's put A under organization 1, B under organization 2, and then C under organization 3. So at this very moment, if you were to claim your one-third value, work with the lowest, which is 3,500, that will be across. So your claim team bonus will be 3,500 across the three legs, which is multiplied by 3, that will be 10,500. Although you have a team volume, can I kindly ask someone not to draw on the screen if that's okay? On the team volume, your team volume is 18,500, but your claimable volume is 3 times your 3,500, which is 10,500. So let's now put in a scenario where another person joined with 500, another one joined with 500. So where would that go? The system will do it. You don't have to place them in different organizations. The beauty of it is just go across, right, as directs. When you go as direct, the system will have the flexibility to optimize it and then put into to either of the organizations. In this instance, to optimize it, you need to fill the organization 3. At this moment, organization 3 is 4,500, and the other two are much more. So 4,500 across 3 organizations will be your claimable team volume, which is 13,500. So looking at the bonus chart, 13,500, your ambassador 10, you will get 9% of that value. So let's get another person joining with 1,000. Where would that go? Because it will go to the organization 3. Why? That is still the lowest. At this moment, it's no longer the lowest. Now the new lowest is organization 2 with a 5K. Now you think about it. Now it will be 5K across the 3 organizations, which is 15,000. That would be your claimable team volume if you were to claim it. Right? So another 2,000 comes into the system as a direct. Where would that go? It will go to organization 2 because that's your new lowest. And that's now 7,000. Organization 3 is 5,500. So you still have, 5,500 times 3. So that's how the system works. I got a couple of more numbers just to explain. This is the beauty of it. You don't have to do this because the system will do it. So another direct came with 3,000. Where would that go? It'll go to organization 2. However, now the organization 2 got 8,000, whereas organization 3 got 5,500. However, By moving the 2000 there, right? Here you now got organization 2 with the 8,000 before 10,000, and organization 3 went up to 7,500. So it optimized it, and now you got 7,500 across. So now you hit Ruby. So you are now on 10%. So that's how the system works. So the moral of this education here is go wide, right? In the key thing is to try and get as many directs, because if you try to place people under different directs and so on, what that does is then you are restricted to that, that because you now linked it to that particular person. Whereas if you go direct, the system has that flexibility to do the optimization and give you the best claimable volume. So as I said, power of direct referrals. So that's the key. Let's now work out even the other opportunities or other income that we get. Level income, the direct bonus is 8% and the others are much less than 8%. So that's the power of directs. Automatic accelerator residual income is another training that we can do more in detail. Again, you can see residual income, you get 8%, whereas the others 2, 1, and so on. So in the team staking, again, you can see the higher figure is the direct. So what I'm trying to establish and show you the power of going direct. So the top takeaways. Why is it not? Oh, sorry, give me a second. Okay, yeah, apologies. Screen. Get familiarized with the back office, right? If you have joined recently, are you into couple of weeks into it, really get familiarized with the back office, understand it. Then 90-day rolling team volume, key for us to understand and establish your team sales. Review claim volume. Now you should understand how the team bonus and the claim volume works. Work with your team to balance the percentages. It's not easy at the most time, but you got to work harder with the rest of the teams if you have a very strong team one, the power leg. Ensure you have the capacity, incredibly important, before claiming. Otherwise, you will lose your claimable XRPs, okay? Go wide and go wild. It's XRP after all. So Dr. Muller will cover more about the XRP. I just want to establish and give you a little bit about it because I've already got those slides here. So, the top three, it could be top three, top four with the BNB as well. So XRP has a distinct role to play. It's not just a meme coin or speculative coin. It's a distinct role to play in the cross-border transactions across the world. So it's very powerful. It's a real-world asset. A digital asset designed for fast and cheap international cross-border payments. Transactions are within seconds, so it's so quick and it's low in energy, unlike Bitcoin. XRP was pre-mined and there are 100 billion XRPs already. Okay, so that's your limit. That's the limit that we work. And that's, you might think is huge, but based on the functionality in the cross-border transactions, that is a limitation. SWIFT. We know about the SWIFT system, a legacy system, being there since 1971. So we're moving towards the Ripple, we're moving towards the blockchain system. So legacy versus blockchain efficiency. We know how efficient blockchain is. We know about the ISO 2022. This is a standard that was introduced or implemented in November, again, for the banks and payment institutions to improve their efficiency through blockchain. I'm sure all of us or most of you are aware of the lawsuit that Ripple, the company, had to go through with the Securities Exchange Commission in a good 4+ years, and they concluded last August. So these are all good news, and it gives clarity to Ripple, which is the company, and XRP, which is the coin. So future of cross-border payments will just favor coexistence with the SWIFT system. So the key is, as the most recent news is, XRP is considered or classified by SEC as a commodity. This is huge news. So we are in a good place with an amazing project, right? I mean, this screen grab I took it when Dr. Muller shared with the community. You can see the power, you can see the top tier companies using it in a massive way. So we got an incredible product, and we got an incredible machine and a community and a program. So let's take advantage of it. Just a few more slides just to give you the power of XRP. This is to do with UK. Ripple wins UK regulatory approval from Financial Conduct Authority. Swift on notice, XRP's drive for global payments power, and that's from CNBC. So these are mainstream news. PwC names Ripple a game changer in financial services. This is not just news, these are mainstream news. So if you have any doubts, just leave doubts away, because XRP is something that all of us must have, okay, and multiply it through ZAP. So let's go build your team, empower your team. Just it's not about just signing up people and just not encouraging them. We need to show leadership, right? Let light that spark on each and every one. There might be some people just need that spark to get the encouragement, and then they will also run for you. How this team, the team economy or the sharing economy works by sparking other people, light the spark on other people. So create builders within. Don't look for builders. There will be builders within your team whilst you're looking for builders, right? So it's really crucial. For that, you need to step up and become a leader, right? Simple as that. And or your team's success is your reward. Time is a gift that most of us take for granted, guys. It is limited. It's limited time. Let's take advantage of what we are blessed with. And failure brings success to those who don't quit, right? We all gone through challenges, whether it's other projects, whether it's other programs, whether it's in life. Challenges are there. So the key thing is for us to get up and move on. Okay, so that's what I wanted to cover. So yeah, so create that ripple effect. That's what we need to do. And thank you. And any questions, by all means, happy to answer or explain it further. Thank you. Over to you, Ash.